All right. Started listening to music, new music, in 1979, a couple of years after the punk explosion. Got into a lot of bands, a lot of the new bands. Before that, it was going back to the classics, and listened to a lot of prog, like Yes, and The Who, and Rolling Stones, stuff like that. But then started getting into the new stuff. And, really about 3 years ago, started diving into the new stuff again, the stuff being released today. One of the great things is, catching a debut album by a band and then waiting for that second album, see how it comes out. I can say that, in my time, there was quite a few great second albums, and then there were some letdowns, but I try to be positive on this. I'm not going to point out any letdowns, but I'll say, in my time, great second albums that came around. I remember The Cars, Candy-O, really good stuff. And Elvis Costello, This Year's Model, Pretenders 2, Police, Regatta de Blanc, underappreciated, but a very, very solid album, and probably my favorite Police album. Had Nick Lowe come out with Labor of Lust, his biggest hit, and definitely a great album. If you haven't heard that one, check it out as well. And a little bit later on, you had like the replacements coming out with Hootenanny and R.E.M. with Reckoning. Both were albums I listened to a lot, had a lot of influence on me. So I got into the new stuff and, started listening, and some really solid second albums coming out. And last year, one of the best new bands, Australian band, Amyl and the Sniffers. And was really looking forward to this album. Actually, it took me by surprise. I thought, they came out with it pretty quick, considering. And I was wondering, is the record company going to push them where they're releasing trash or what's going on here? And you know what? It's a good album. It's got enough similarity to the album before to where it's something I can get into on, second listen. And there's enough of a difference to show that, they're growing musically and lyrically. A lot of new bands this year I'm listening to, so it's going to be exciting to see how these bands can come out in the future. But at number 12, I have a band that Jay Flannery turned me on to, Amyl and the Sniffers, coming at us from Australia with their second album, Comfort to Me, Amyl and the Sniffers.